Here with the little girl is an illustration of how the clothes can tell the story of one character moving through the play. So the little girl comes to America at the beginning of the story as a poor immigrant coming off a ship from Latvia. And she and her father try to make their way in a kind of slum, the Lower East Side of New York. And they're very proud and they work hard. And here you can see that her clothes are still very simple, but that they're clean and that they're trying to make a good life. That proves to be harder than they thought. And she ends up working in a mill. There were a lot of children who were put to work in those days, and that was noisy and difficult and long hours. And so she still suffered through quite a bit of her early time in America. Finally, her father gets the brilliant idea of making movies, and he becomes one of the very first movie makers in America. And so he gives his daughter all the beautiful clothes and the things that he's always wanted to and never been able to do before. So in the second act, when we see her, we hardly recognize her because she's dressed in a beautiful, ruffly dress with everything just so. And it takes a little more for the story to come to its final ending, but actually two different families in the story finally come together and make a new family. And it's a few years later when we see them together. So you can see that in her last costume, she looks a little older. So every costume that she's been in tells you something about what's happened to her and who she is and how her father feels about her.